Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Hash It Out, where we discuss trends in the marketing world and dig deeper to see if they're here to stay or just a passing fad. I'm your host Brenda, and here's my co-host Kim.
Hello. So yeah, in the quick recap, so in our last episode, we actually talked to our Hong Kong team, about the ESG bars. And today we have Mo and Frank who are joining us from China. Welcome, guys.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Hello, Brenda. Hello, Kim. Nice to
Hi,
join.
Brenda. Yeah, nice to join.
Yeah, we're very excited and understand that Frank is currently in Shanghai while Mo is in Beijing. And since we have experts with us today, we're going to dive into marketing in China. And it's such an attractive market with so many companies targeting Chinese consumers. But Kim, I'm quite curious, how can they succeed?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, China is like one big country, but it's made up of so many different cities. Like you said, Mo and Frank are in different places. So it's probably not a very straightforward process. So I think Mo and Frank, you can start by telling us a little bit about how MNCs can craft an effective marketing strategy. For example, should they use the same plan for Asia Pacific or treat the whole of China as one market? Or, do you have to do something different for each Chinese city? So maybe you can tell us more.
Yeah. Okay, let me start from the what's the most recent trends I can see. I think there's two trends from my side. The first, I'm sorry to say that the cost for marketing is increasing. Yeah, it's because of the platform is booming. You have so much platform to use, and for each of platform, you can only attract a very unique target audience in each platform. That means you need to increase your spending on each platform. If your target audience is wider, it is generally for every brand, every industry, not only B2B. And second, for B2B industry specific technology, I think the attention for attract tech media and tech audience, the attention is they have the definition between B2B and the B2C is becoming vague. In the past, for example, we only do tech media, or we only do forum, BBS on technology, but now their life routine has been occupied by social media, by TikTok, by Bilibili. So you have to spend your money on their platform. I think that is the trend that's why the cost is increasingly for marketing in China market.
Okay, yeah, I agree with Frank, and I just would like to say from my viewpoint, I think the marketing right now in China is more and more focusing on like the segmented market and segmented TA groups. As what Frank just talked before, you need to target very specific TA people and spend on them with your limited budget maybe. And so from the content perspective, I think no matter to B or to C, right now the content is much more local culture oriented, much more people centered, and you can easily find a bunch of content that are very heart touching, no matter in tech or in any other, of course, the consumer industry. So definitely, follow this route. And I think for the tech, it's more and more they focused on the people. They emphasize how their technologies to help the people to drive people's benefits, and so they try to make their communications like people focused. And so I think just some like very obvious in the trends in China market, I think. Yeah.
And actually, just now, going back to what Frank shared earlier about how there are so many different platforms now and the cost of marketing is going up. Could you share a bit more on that? Because like in Singapore, we only have a few like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. But in China, there's like Weibo, there is Xiaohongshu. So all these platforms are not very may not be familiar to our APAC audience. Could you share a little bit more about, maybe what the differences are and maybe how marketers can choose the right platform to target their right audience?
Yeah, there are so many platforms, and also there are a lot of global tours. They have the Chinese version. For example, you have YouTube, we have Bilibili, you have We have WeChat, which is a super big app that including all the functions. Let me highlight something that is I use frequently. The first, I think, is TikTok. I'm not TikTok user 1 year ago, but my daily spend on TikTok increasing dramatically because the algorithm that is really works well, because every time I watch what I interest, it will push out to me a lot of my interests. Yeah, this one is TikTok. Even for B2B, if you are very specific in, for example, you are very interested in technology, they will feed you. Yeah, that's one thing. Second is, I think there's a lot of news apps, and also it is because, based on algorithm. They will give you interesting news. For example, 今日头条. Yeah, this is a Chinese app. They will give you categorized news. This is the two apps I use very frequently in China. And the last but not least is WeChat. No one can everyone use WeChat average. I think it's 5 hours, 6 hours, more than that. It's on WeChat. You talk on WeChat, you read news on WeChat. And one of the behavior when you want to search something, we used to Google and Baidu is the Chinese version. But now a lot of behavior is I open WeChat and search a company name, see the WeChat platform, we'll see what they are talking on WeChat.
Right. Oh, actually, when you say TikTok, you mean like Douyin, is it?
It's Douyin, yeah. Yeah, Douyin is the Chinese version of TikTok.
Yeah, because we use TikTok in Singapore, and then we remembered that, like, oh, actually, China has a different version.
Douyin, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you also spend 6 hours on it, just saying.
Yes. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. Yeah, but actually, Frank, also wanted to ask you regarding like B2B marketing, right? Because like Douyin and TikTok in Singapore, we use it for leisure purposes. So we looked at like funny videos, videos of like dogs and cats and so on. So when our clients are like B2B tech companies, how do they actually use like Douyin and like WeChat to like reach their audience? Like what kind of content are they putting out?
Yeah, let's give you one example to address why we are problem-solving agency. I always ask my client the one question: what is your business objective? Not communication objective. One of our clients, their business objective is not only sales, but also recruit talents in specific semiconductor industry. So their target audience are people aged from 18 to 24. Some are college graduates, some are postgraduates. So in their behavior, they do not look a lot of traditional magazine, newspaper. Their daily spending is on TikTok, is on Douyin. So we give them content on Douyin, and they love videos. Yeah, they love 15 seconds videos, they love 30 seconds videos, but no longer than 30 seconds. Yeah, so we give them videos on Douyin, and also we utilize the videos on Bilibili, which is also a video sharing platform, in which they can catch attention for the graduates and for the young generations.
So actually that's quite interesting, like to use videos. Then I guess one other thing that we were thinking about here also is that I think in Singapore, the KOL market is quite big. So I mean, if you are targeting people from like 18 to 25-year-olds, I think KOLs is also quite a good strategy to use in China. Maybe you all can share a little. Not sure if Mo has worked with any KOLs on your client campaigns before.
Yeah. I just would like to add something following what Frank just talked about their platforms, and I think right now the boundary between some kind of how to say that reading caps or how to say non-video channels versus video channels is not as clear as before, because you can see that even the short video still dominate the most of the video platforms such as Bilibili or what can TikTok, I mean Chinese Douyin, or also Kuaishou, something like that. But you can see that they also have like kind of their content transformation right now, and there are more and more knowledge sharing content on these platforms. You can also learn a lot of things like on Bilibili compared to before. Maybe you can just watching some TVs or like some from like how to say short programs from foreign countries, but you can learn a lot of things on Bilibili or by using Douyin, which can, this part is be more attractive for most of the tech companies. Maybe if they have some like specific TA groups, as what Frank talked before, if they want to hiring some talents, and especially the young people, you need to focus on this kind of channels, because they have such a kind of trends. I think in terms of KOL, I think that's true. I agree with you. KOL right now, from my opinion, just play increasingly important marketing role, especially when there is a new product and want to enter the new market, and they also play the first role to help you to crack the market, and it's very effective right now in China market. That what I could see, because I'm a Redbook Xiaohongshu users, and I love it, and I can see many new products every day on the small Redbook, and you will learn how they use, and you will know the experience used by these KOLs, then help you to make your purchase decision. It's very popular right now. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, I have to say I agree with you 50%, half. I agree the part is KOL works, but you have to working with KOL very cautious and very smart, especially for B2B. Let me put it this way. Don't be fooled by the sophisticated KOL and sophisticated media landscape, especially social media landscape, because we are B2B tech clients. We are not luxury brands. We are not Coca-Cola, or we give you one product which is very affordable for everyone. For B2B, a lot of KOLs, they need to, first of all, they need to understand the industry before they talk about the industry. Second, some of our KOLs, they don't have very big numbers because their followers are very niche, but their industry knowledge is the first criteria we will evaluate when we propose KOL to our clients. And also some KOLs, they are not people, they are the WeChat platform or WeChat account of some medias. That perfectly combines the technology and the social parts and also the credibility. That's why I say you have to be very cautious working with KOL and smartly.
Actually, I think that's very important, because I think in Singapore also, like when we talk about consumer brands, they look at the KOL's followings, but we just because the KOL has a wide following doesn't mean it would translate into helping you achieve your business objectives, because maybe their engagement is not that high, and like there are a lot of things that you need to consider as well. Just because somebody is popular doesn't mean you should pick this person.
That's credibility. I think that works globally. Some of KOLs, their content will be tagged, sponsored, and even some content not tagged, sponsored. I will watch and ask myself the question: is it sponsored or not? So instead of KOLs, I think another trend is grooming is that about word of mouth. You will choose to believe a KOL you don't know, or you choose to believe a friend you know well.
And actually, in this whole conversation so far, you've shared a lot of great insights about the platforms in China, what to look out for when you engage KOLs, and also like maybe some consumer behaviors. So maybe a lot of our APAC clients, right, when they look at targeting China, they may think that there's no need to engage a local team on ground, because it feels like it's a market that they can work with a hub based in Singapore, and then they can reach out to China, but they may not see the need for a local team. What do you have to say to that? Because there's obviously value in engaging a local team on ground in China.
Thank you for asking that, Brenda. I think that's a very important question when clients, they're going to China. We talking about plan 4. There's always so many plan 4, and the plan 4 is always changing. Instead of choosing the right platform, I think choosing a right partner is the first step when you entering China market. And I think there is one effective way doing that is you need to set a clear goals with your partner, and the partner should be candid enough to tell you what can be achieved within your budget, what cannot be achieved within budget, and then even with the time frame you set. And also there's some gap about the knowledge of the local market. It comes from the media landscape. It also comes from the customer behavior. Yeah, you need to find the partner that can help you to figure out where's the gap. And also the partner can clearly tell you what will be the uncertainty. Yeah, I found one thing is a lot of people, especially I think when they communication with the MNCs, I would encourage people to dare to share bad news or disagreement. Yeah, it's not everything will, every uncertain things maybe will happen. Yeah, you need to share what is the uncertainty, and you need to share with your partner what is the plan A, what is the plan B. Especially when we are in the pandemic session, everything, maybe there will be some change in the next week. The offline events will be impacted. Yeah, your business travel will be impacted. You need to work out your plan B to uncertainties.
Actually, I think having a local team, I think COVID has made having a local team even more important because we cannot travel, we cannot fly in and out of the country. So of course, having a local team is super important to be on ground. I think something that clients also need to understand is, I guess, relationships are also very important, especially in Asian countries. So if Brenda and I reached out to a China journalist, they'll probably be like, who are you? Or like ignore emails. But you know, if you or Mo reached out to a Chinese journalist, then you already have an existing relationship. So I think that is also something that we will consider. That clients should consider, I guess, when they are entering the China market. On that note, then I guess maybe we can talk about some tips for clients as they embark on marketing communication programs. Maybe there are like top 3 tips that you have after having all this experience in the market. Maybe you can share.
Yeah, I can tell stuff from the tip number 1 is you need to find the right partners. The partner can be an agency like Hoffman. The partner can be a right team. You're hiring in the local markets. Yeah. The partner, I used to describe the partner as the bridge. The bridge between the true local insights and your understanding towards China. Yeah, I think that is the tips number 1. The tips number 2 is don't be fooled. Like I said, don't be fooled by the sophisticated landscape. You need to very smartly to choose the right platform. Yeah, don't be fooled by the numbers, the followers. Yeah, the third part I think is content, especially for B2B storytelling. It's very important. We recommend you do integrated marketing communications, and even you watch videos, even you watch infographics, the storyline, the content always work in China. Yeah, I don't know if Mo, you have anything to add in?
Yeah, for what Frank just said before, local team is definitely the most important thing, I think, for the people, for the foreign companies who want to just crack to China, or even for the MNCs, you know, even they are big and they're mature in global market, but they may still not very familiar with what's happening in China right now, since China is developing very fast, you know, and you can see that China begin to initiate a lot of things, and no matter the policy perspective or what kind of like the economic framework or some like strategies. So you definitely need a local team, a professional local team to help you to interpret all of these kind of things, what is happening in China. And so as Frank just said before, this kind of bridge, and the bridge is between what is truly happening and your knowledge towards China. Yeah. So in addition, I think there are 2 small tips that I came out from my mind. And first one is maybe I think for some mid and small companies, especially tech companies, they can leverage some great platforms that China has, like the CIE, like the cities, and this is very big and influential fire platforms. You can see that national platforms, and when you have a great communication plan, and of course with great content, but you can also create some like the buzzword to echo the agenda of the platforms, and so you will achieve very great coverage, a very great share of your voice. This is a very efficient way for you to kick off your channel market in a short time. And so for the second one, I agree that you must use your social tools in a smart ways instead of just waste money for all of the tools. And since it's too much popular social tools right now in China, but focusing on your TA and to identify what kind of TA you want to reach out first. And if your TAs is like the government and also industry experts, the social tools may not be your priority, and depend on what kind of your TA will be.
Yeah, I strongly agree with what you said. Is in Chinese we can 借东风, ride on the wind. Yeah, that is catch what is the best or catch what is the government agenda. I have to say that, that you have to follow the government agenda. Yeah, because that is the where investment will go into, and this is where the media interests will be. Yeah.
True. Actually, we do that in Singapore as well, because one of our national agenda is digitization. And also like some sustainability focus. So I think a lot of our storylines that sometimes that we develop for our client, we try to align to these national agendas as well. So happy to see that it's also something that other markets do.
Yeah.
So, just now we talked about I think Kimberlee mentioned media relations, and then just now you mentioned tips on getting more coverage. So I think something that we're very curious about, because in Singapore we only have a handful of media. The landscape is so different from China, where there are probably a lot more media publications. I mean, we work together for Collab Asia, and then we see the differences in coverage is very apparent already. So maybe could you share what the media landscape is like in China, and what are the things that clients should look out for in media relations?
Yeah, in general, China has much more media in terms of quantity and quality. Yeah, we have more media. I think the first thing everyone should know about China is most of Chinese media, they are still government background or some government funded, so they will follow the government agenda. And second is more and more business media, they are acting more like Western media. Yeah, they will have their own point of view, and even we usually say Chinese media, they are friendly, they are relation driven, but I think I can see the trend is more and more Chinese media, they are going to opinion driven. They're going to point of view driven. They will ask you, sometimes they will ask you a very fact question and technical side. Yeah, that is I can share. And also for the media landscape, we can see the trends to digitalization. Yeah, like newspaper, they will have the newspaper is still on, but they will have WeChat platform. They will have video platform. Yeah, I think the integration is the one trend for the Chinese media.
I just would like to say maybe, what kind of efficient way, exposure way for the different size of company, especially foreign tech companies. Maybe for like some MNCs in the government media, the official media may very helpful for their communication. But for small, maybe some like the new startup, and they may firstly focus on like some industry or biz media to vertical media to help them to demonstrate their technical strengths, and in order to attract more collaboration maybe from the local companies. So definitely, I think for different companies, they may have different media strategy, and but as what I just mentioned the platforms and like the CIE or some other kind of activities. I mean, the national level are good for most of them. Yeah, I think will be good.
That's very interesting. Very, very different from the Singapore media landscape. Yeah, very interesting insights. And maybe one last question to round it off that may slightly put you on the spot a little. So just feel free to take your time to think. Are there any B2C or B2B marketing campaigns done in China that you've seen that you thought was really well done and cannot be our client? Like, any campaigns that you saw that you looked at it and you're like, wow, this is like really good. Like anything that comes to mind? I think I can share one from Singapore. So recently, we have an army open house. Actually, it's a military open house where we call for people to sign on full time. So in Singapore, we have a compulsory military conscription. Yeah, so like men have to go through 2 years, but there is an option for them to sign on as full-time national service people. So we have an open house coming soon. And our Air Force did something very interesting with their recruitment campaign. And it's aligned with we have an upcoming movie called Top Gun, something to do with like flying.
Tom Cruise, Top Gun.
The ad in time for the movie previews, and the way the ad was done is it has a lot of the cool factors. The music was very inspiring. It really tugged at your heartstrings. When I watched it, I wanted
to join the Air Force.
So it was really well timed and really they captured the Gen Z millennial type of vibe. And I thought that was really well done. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not fascinated about Tom Cruise?
Maybe, but when I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, now I want to sign on. Yeah,
I think if you ask me what is the most impressive campaign I can see recently, I think that is the Audi ones. Let's forget about the copy. I don't know if you have the news. There's the TVC about the Audi, the automobile brands, the Germany brands Audi. They hire Andy Liu Dehua to make a TV. Andy Liu to make a TVC. Actually, the copy, I think the script of the TVC really resonate with me, because I have very few time to see people or advertiser, they focus on copy the script, the content. They use a very Chinese traditional season 节气 to tell a story. What is 小满 means? What it means for people? That means you need to get sense of achievement, but the sense of achievement cannot be full. It's even it is half, it is also good for you. I think the TVC, when I first time I saw the TVC, I was fascinated about the copy. Yeah, I think the reason why is it connect people emotionally. I don't care it's Audi, Mercedes, or BMW, but the copy attract me. So in the end, I know it's Audi. Yeah, but to the end, it turned out to be the advertiser copied. There's some wordings from the internet, so it's becoming a bad news. But I want to focus on the script, the emotional connection with consumers. When you have some idea for campaigns, you need to start from what can really resonate.
I understand. Knowing what will capture the hearts of your audience is very important. Yeah. You got us at Andy Lau. Yeah. What about you, Mo?
I won't say just a very specific campaign, but I just would like to see what I like. The Tencent do. Right now, since Tencent is very famous tech companies in China, and their slogan, their motto is use cutting edge technology to improve people's life, to bring more social benefits. And so they are focusing on to regularly release many local stories about the technology, how the technology improved people or people's life, even in the like remote regions, or improve the environment. So you can just deliver, they can just deliver their sustainable concept in a very, as I mentioned just before, heart-touching way to let you know, oh, Tencent is do something good for the social, for the people, for society, and they are not just making money from us, they are investing money for us. So I like this way to show the responsibilities, to show accountabilities of a tech giant right now. This should be one of the most important mission and vision for any of the any tech companies, I think. Yeah. So I like this kind of way. I read their report, I read their news every week, and yeah, I think this is a good storytelling approach. I mean.
Thank you. And it's so interesting that Frank shared like something B2C while you shared something B2B. So this really rounds it off nicely. So, we wish we had more time to discuss marketing in China and learning all the insights from you. But unfortunately, we've come to the end. So thank you so much, Frank. Thank you so much, Mo, for all your insights and really helping us to hash out how marketing in China works.
Yeah. You're welcome, Brandy. Nice to talking
Thank
to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So glad to sharing.
Okay, so then I guess we are wrapping up this episode. So we'll be back soon with new guests as well as another topic. So for our viewers, if you'd like to hear more from us, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if there's something specific that you want us to discuss, please feel free to leave a comment below and you'll see what we can do. Bye.
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 Also, my hair is so messy. Oh no.
You want some time to comb or not?
Yeah, you look great. You look great. Stop to do your hair. You look good.
Okay. I stop touching it. Okay.
Okay.